Hello and welcome to day 14 of my Solve of This, the Ravensburger Escape the Sunken Submarine Advent Calendar, where each day we have to solve a little puzzle to work out where the next room is on the calendar because they're not otherwise labelled. And yesterday we identified that door 14 was here. So this is where we need to proceed today. It's already open because I had to open it to check that it had the right number in it. But otherwise I haven't looked at it. So there are some cards in it, fastened with, and they're fastened with an elastic band. So why is that? I assume I don't need the band itself. Oh, to keep these, tracing paper. Very thin bits of paper that you can see there, that you can basically see through it. And it's, I think, all one piece because that symbol in the middle goes across the centre. Now, it says 14 backwards on it, so it's obviously designed to go this way up. And when you're meant to cut here, there is a scissor symbol there. Let's zoom in. So we have that bit of tracing paper, and then we have a piece of cardboard that says, such complicated equipment in the control room, but does it all still work? Good question. And okay, we have two bits of cardboard fastened together. That's blank on the back, the bit I just read. And then there's another bit which is, okay, I'll come back to that, which is a picture of the star sign Lyra and has the L emphasised in bold. And then on the back, there's another, I think they're called epaulets, that the rank things you wear if you are captain. I don't know whether this is the actual one or not. This must be about the 6th or 7th at least that I've collected in this calendar. There for a future puzzle, I think. But it appears from these pictures that I have seen a few of these star charts before. I'm going to have to go through the calendar and find the other ones. But it appears that they are now relevant. So I'm going to immediately see, without looking in the room yet, whether we think that any of this lines up with it. And it actually doesn't immediately appear to line up. I mean, clearly I can rotate this. This, I feel, might go into the room because of the way it's cut. But anyway, let's have a look in that room. Maybe things will make more sense when I do, because I'm not immediately certain what I'm doing there. I think I've only found 4 or 5 constellations, and I need to find a door in some way. They're described either with coordinates across the top and sides of the calendar, which are always 4 digits in total, or with a pictorial description. So, for example, it might say, this room over here might say star, for example, I'm guessing. I've had that sort of thing before, or maybe some sort of picture. Right, let's have a look in this room. I've got to film at a slight angle because that is really glossy black on the back, and it's reflecting the light I've got attached to my camera quite badly. So there is a chart there, and it seems that those arrows, clearly it's going to align with this bit of paper in some way. I haven't cut that out, but it's going to go like this, isn't it? Quite what that means, I can't yet tell you. But so that picture is obviously relevant. On the left wall, that looks like just decoration, top and bottom, generally featureless. On the right wall, well, that also looks like decoration. So let's just 1 minute cut out this thing. Hang on, grab some scissors. Maybe I shouldn't leave that looking wonky. Cut this bit off, like it says, with the scissor cut symbol. And then let's stick this in the room. Now, at the moment, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots on that back wall. And as far as I can see, they really are just various shapes of dot. There's nothing particularly exciting about them. I put this bit of paper on top, just line it up as neatly as I can. Maybe I should tape it because it's very light. But I can still see the 5 white dots, but now I can see additionally 7 arrows. What significance this has, I cannot yet say. I think the next step is for me to tear apart the rooms I've already opened, looking for more constellation. Oh, that doesn't have a constellation. Looking for more constellations. So I'm just going to put this camera down and do that now. Right, so we have this card. Such complicated an equipment room in the control room, but does it all still work? And then we have this bit of paper that looks like it has a white line on it, but that's just where it was folded. Then we have 3 cards of Lyra, of Leo, and I haven't looked at them all up, but I checked one of them and it was the real constellation. Well, I don't think that's really relevant. Now, if this is a complicated puzzle that ends up spelling out leg or gel or any other anagram of G, E and L and any number repeats them, I'm going to be very disappointed. What is going on with this picture? It doesn't clearly directly correspond with anything. If I look at this detail here, I don't see that detail because there'll be 3 stars very close together. And the only place I see 3 stars really close together is on the top of Leo here. But they don't match. For example, if my vague assumption, and it is vague, is that I was going to overlay this and all would be revealed in some magical way. But that doesn't overlay. One possibility is that this has got nothing whatsoever to do with the star signs. And I'm actually just dealing with overlaying this in various ways on the bit of paper that's in the room. But then why isn't this cut into pieces that fit? That might be because it has to be used in multiple positions. Okay, I'm not actually completely sure what we're doing here. Shocking, I know. Let's have a look in the room again. Right, I have now taped that bit of paper into the room because sticking my finger in there one-handed holding it in place was quite hard to do. Right, now this bit of paper has a square on it. And there is no square on this picture. I don't see anything else on the calendar that matches. Okay. And there are triangles. But are they going to line up in any meaningful way with what's on the... I'm assuming I keep it the way up it came, which is maybe an assumption too far. If I line it up like that, for example, can you see that? Then what's happening there? How is that going to help me? So I've aligned up the triangle facing into the room at the bottom right. Whoa. I don't know what I'm meant to be looking at there. What are the arrows pointing at? Are they representing... Okay, so one possibility is simply that these don't go together, but the triangles are the same size. But I mean, they come off the same bit of paper, so that's not probably a surprise. But you'd think this goes on here in some way, but maybe it doesn't. Okay, so there it is, as neatly as I can do it. I have come to the conclusion, I think, because I've tried everything I can think of, that this bit of paper, despite how you might think it does, doesn't go with this. Because what is it going to meaningfully do? Putting it on, it didn't do anything. Similarly, these constellations, perhaps the fact I only have 3 suggests that I don't have enough yet. They don't seem to be relevant, despite the fact that this looks like constellations. So maybe I do just need the stuff in the room. I mean, it is tracing paper, so if I go find my pencil, one thing I can do is I can trace where those white dots are onto it. Let's move that tab out of the way. Hello, tab. Right, so I'm going to try and do... I'll have to look at this. If I try and do it on the camera, it's going to be a nightmare. Dot here, dot here, dot here, dot here, dot here. And now I can take the bit of paper out, having transferred all the information that was on it, and look at it more closely. Okay, here we go. So there we go. Let's check the prompt card again, which says, such complicated an equipment, does it all still work? I don't see that that is in the tiniest bit helpful. It just tells me I'm looking at the control room. Arrows. I mean, there are dots and arrows. I think I can see what's going to happen here. How are you meant to work that out? I do not know. And the only reason I've thought of it is because I commented on a star on the calendar at the start of the day, just by complete coincidence. But I think, oh goodness me, this is ridiculous. But I think I'm supposed to draw arrow to dot to arrow to dot, and then nothing doing there. Here across to, there's not even a dot there. Maybe the arrow up to some arbitrary point, down to here, across to here. I mean, it's a star, I think. How you are meant to work that out, I do not have the slightest idea. That seems to me a bit far-fetched, but I think that's what it must be. And I've been looking at this now for quite a while. I cut out a bit of time where I was just completely bemused. This is my theory. It must be right, because what else could it possibly be? So let's zoom out a lot and have a look at the star on the calendar to see if there's anything here. So we're expecting to find, if I'm right, a 15 in here, and then nothing else. There is a 15 in there. Can you see that? Here at the back. And oh, I am going to need star signs tomorrow, perhaps. But anyway, that's for tomorrow. If you'd like to see what happens in tomorrow's door, do please join me in the next video. To make that easier, you can click here to subscribe to my channel. It will help you find a video. Also, there's a playlist here of my solves of 3 other puzzle-based advent calendars last year. And here are solves of 3 this year, including this one. And I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, take care and goodbye.